Hello and welcome to another episode of Patents TV. I'm your host Jeff Bond and this is episode 61. What we're going to be doing today is we're getting real close to summer and we actually only have 2 more shows counting this one, and we're going to be taking a little break over June and July, and then we'll be coming back the 1st of August. But as we talk about summer, Julie Kuhn is here from the Patents Northeast site, and she's going to talk a little bit about just some things that you can do over the summer with students, all students or students that have special needs, that can kind of get them involved in some of the activities that might be not only educational but recreational.
That's right. So I thought we would start with a little slideshow and a story. The story I want to share with you is about a sample of something I heard when I was at a mall, an outdoor mall, and it was a dad and a child walking along, and there was music being piped up from the ground, like out from under a tree, and the student or the child said, "Dad, there's music coming from that tree." And the dad said, "Oh yeah," and then they were able to talk about the music, and I realized that if the child had low verbal or even low physical abilities, that whole communicative experience would not have happened. That the child would not have had a way to communicate. They may have been thinking all sorts of amazing and wonderful things, but the dad was able to build on what the student was saying or the child and just really enrich their experience together and just take it deeper and deeper and deeper. What I realized was we need to build that in students and children. I keep saying students because we work with schools, but we need to provide those opportunities for children in everyday moments, everyday situations. And not just have them be responders and not just have them be labelers of things, but to really enrich that conversation in everyday life. So that's what we're looking at today. We have activities that I've pulled off the internet randomly, and this is stuff to do with a child during the summer. So we'll start with, yeah, go ahead and hit that. And hopefully that'll pull up.
Technology is always a wonderful thing to play with.
Well, we always cross our fingers and toes. So this is, I wanted it to be totally random because as you come up with things to do with any of your children or any children at home, it needs to be something that can easily be found and easily implemented. So as we scroll down, you will see that this has summer activities, and this is a 12-week list. So this should get you through the whole summer. And I have 3 slides, and I've taken the first 3 weeks, and we'll talk about those a little bit. But if you, Jeff, would just click on, let's say, week 1, yeah. And I want to just show you what this looks like, and then we'll just look at it a little bit differently. So for your reference, this is week 1, and you'll see that it says make this. And when we get back to the slideshow, it's easier to see how it's broken down. But yeah, there's make this, Hawaiian pizza, and then you can see learn how. And so there's another activity on learn how to, in this case, grow something. And then there's get out and go, so something to go out and do. And then there's a craft activity. And then a more enriched cooking activity. Keep in mind this one is, this series is designed for teens, but it could be aged down for any group of child.
So it can be modified and everyone then can have an opportunity to do the basic idea of what's
I do have a list of activities for younger kids too, but that's the group that there's always something that you can find to do with, if that's a sentence even. But it's the older kids that we struggle with knowing what to do. So if we get out of this entirely, that you have that resource, that'll be listed. Now go to the next slide. And there it is broken down a little bit. So that confusing slide now looks like this. And you can see how it's 5 activities for a week. So my advice would be don't crowd it all into one day. What are you going to do for the rest of the week? Just take your time In the original version, there's the recipe for Hawaiian pizza. There's some activities on growing things and some suggestions on where to go. So these are things you do with any child, anywhere, anytime. And then now the question is, how do we make it accessible for students with special needs? And also the decorate a flower pot. How would we do that? If we're growing something, we might as well put it in a flower pot so that a child in a wheelchair could reach it. It doesn't have to be in the ground. It could be something right at a tabletop where they can reach it.
And raised beds are also
Raised flower beds.
Becoming more popular,
Right.
which offers a little more access.
Container gardening. And then, so let's talk about that. It was a polka dot a container. So for a student who maybe has extreme limited physical or motor and vocal ability, they could use a communication device to identify color, shape, numbers. They could point to color, shapes, numbers. They could, given a supply of things in front of them, indicate the preferences they have for things.
It's offering them choices.
Yeah, choices, selection, and it's them making that indication rather than somebody choosing for them. So, yeah, okay. So that's one example. Here's an example of week 2. Make this, learn how, get out and go, craft it, and learn to cook. So, what kid doesn't need to organize their sock and underwear drawer? Let me tell you. So it gives you a craft activity on how to do that. May not be the most exciting thing, but it's a good organizational tool.
Well, what I also see is that you can actually take it and create kind of a schedule and post it for the week or for the week coming up, and so they can kind of anticipate the kinds of things that they might be doing. Or maybe they can select one a day and then shuffle through the ones that that are remaining.
That's a good point, and this does not have to be in that order by any means. By any means.
I would have done the pot decorated pot first and then put the plants in it, but that's just me, I guess.
That's a good idea. Good thinking. Oh, you're such a guy. Okay, week 3. So here's another one, and I really like this one a lot because fruit kebabs. Well, first of all, that's just fun, and then now we're talking sequencing, order of things. And what comes first, what comes next. Same thing with laundry. Everybody needs to know that kind of a thing, and why not make it fun?
And I think it's important to remember too that it's not really a boy or girl thing.
Oh yeah.
Everybody can do it in some form. It might just be folding the laundry. It might be helping someone measure out the detergent that goes in, or how the buttons operate. Those kinds of things.
Right.
So there's a lot to do, and everybody likes food, so I kind of like the fact that there's food always in there.
Yeah, that's how I function. Okay, let's see what's next. This is the one specifically to do with kids, and it's identified as younger kids. But I saw some similarities, and that's part of my point. Kids are kids, no matter how young or how old, and there are some that are focused a little bit more for activities for older kids. But I know a lot of people who have children of all ranges, so you can't come up with activities just for certain kids and not other kids. But how much fun would be volunteering at a nature center or visiting a zoo, doing a scavenger hunt? We had a parade at our house one year for a birthday. It was an unexpected, quick little parade, and everyone had to have some kind of talent. And who knew that one of our neighbors could juggle?
Oh, wow.
We were dying there, and we needed someone to fill in some time, and our neighbor volunteered to juggle while we were getting ready for another activity, and it was really exciting. So,
well, and that brings up another point that, in our community and neighborhoods, we have a lot of people that have real talents that sometimes go untapped, and maybe sharing those with anyone in the neighborhood, children especially, really enjoy that sort of stuff. And also doing some mentoring, and it's very, very important these days to really have some type of mentor, in a child's life.
Right. Excellent. Okay, what do we have? And then those are the resources. So those will be available to you on Patton's TV. It's the 12 weeks all at a whack, and then the summer activities for teens, and then the 101 things to do for all kids. So
And
Go
that's there are plenty more resources out there. You know, this is just the
Oh.
tip of the iceberg. And Google is a fantastic search engine that allows you to really kind of hone in on what your specialties are. If it's more of the cooking kinds of things, or we didn't talk about camping, but you know, you can have a small area designated as possibly a little camping area, even just a little fort.
Yeah, inside or outside.
Inside or outside. So rainy days can be just as
Right.
fun as the sunny days.
Right. This is just some AAC devices and some pictorial representations. So in the case of this, it's a GoTalk. It's a very simple thing. But how do you know? We want a kid to be interactive. We want a child to initiate. We want the child to tell the dad, I hear music coming out of the ground.
How are you?
How are you? So this is a very simple, you touch it, direct select, and a child can communicate that.
And you create your own overlays corresponding with what activities you're really doing. So that's what makes it really nice and easy to program. And they've
Very
got a variety of
simple.
different GoTalks. And this is just one example, of communication devices that are out there. This happens to be more manual, and then we have others that are
Dynamic and
Exactly.
yeah, very responsive without having to change overlays. And then this one is we're using the GoTalk again. So you're reading the book, Brown Bear, Brown Bear. And so this is a part where a child can also read.
Brown bear, brown bear.
And then another student may say, what do you see? And I see
Red bird, red bird.
and what do you see? So this is a sharing and back and forth kind of interactive activity. Okay.
easy to put together too.
If you go to the zoo, then you can go on a scavenger hunt and look for different animals.
And one thing I was thinking that you could actually do with this is to take a grease pencil and either
Ooh,
put an X
yeah.
on it or
Check it off.
Check it off and then kind of find the other one.
You
So
can cut them off and buddy up with people, cut them out and buddy up with people and have a matching activity going on.
you know what, another thought for that might be zoo bingo.
Oh,
You
yeah,
actually
yeah.
have to go through and find the different ones, identify them, and then cross them off.
And given a certain few tools, it's not hard to pull those together. Another one is with that cooking activity, with just a simple device.
Let's make Hawaiian pizza. We need 1/2 cup pizza sauce, 1 12-inch crust, 10 slices of lunch meat ham, 1 can of drained pineapple, 2 cups cheddar cheese.
Okay, so the kid's giving you the list, go get it, and let's compile it for
Sure.
Hawaiian pizza.
Actually sounds pretty good. All right, well, those are good ideas. And again, there are just so many other things that
Oh.
you can do. I think realistically, though, it's really getting people involved. And again, there are some things that you have to work around, but in life we have to work around a lot of different things.
Exactly.
And
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple.
And be creative. Just have fun with your kids and think, what if?
Exactly. We have a thank you to a couple folks that we were talking about. One thing we didn't get to, and we probably can real quick, is
Okay.
the AAC device.
There's many, many AAC devices or augmentative alternative communication devices, and this is one of them. So a child, that's what this is also. All of these are augmentative alternative communication devices. Some are low tech, some are high tech. And these are the electronic ones that are dynamic that I was talking about. So, I don't think you can hear it, but that said food, I'm hungry. So then a child can become engaged in conversation, and then a person says, oh, what are you hungry for? And then they say, we're having Hawaiian pizza, what do you think? And then they can answer back and forth, okay? So that, instead of just providing things to children, they could be an engaged part of it. That is one example. That's called Proloquo to Go. And then I'm going to show you another one real quickly called LAMP, Words for Life, which is just another variation. And this, and the whole idea here is to have good core vocabulary so you can just build off of it. And then this is I am I'm sorry, I can't see it sideways. I am, and normally I would see hungry, but I'm not finding it.
Close it now.
I am hungrier, it says.
There you go.
So then again, you would build a conversation and language off of that. And then I will show you real quickly, this is my last one.
While you're looking at that, these are all customizable, so they're not pre-done. So it's something that you can actually go in, change as it's needed. If you go to the zoo, do a zoo page.
Do a
if
zoo
you go
page.
to, you know, restaurants, have restaurants.
There. And then it could be as simple as yes and no. So many times a student will have a yes and no response, but sometimes, and you can't hear it, but it says a real guttural, earthy, yeah, no. What kid wouldn't like that? And so that's really a good way to engage somebody
Sure.
in interaction. So that's probably enough, I think.
Sure, great.
Gives you the range of some options and a way to engage children in activities that everyone's doing and to be involved.
Yep. While we finish up, the one thing that I want to mention is that next fall, Pattons is going to have our Pattons State Conference. And it's going to be November 4th and 5th. It's going to be down at the Crown Plaza in Indianapolis. And we're actually looking for presenters.
Yes.
We're looking for registry folks to register. And we really had a great turnout last year. And it's on the heels of our Tech Expo, which just happened last month. And maybe at the beginning of the year, the next round of Pattons TV, we can kind of give a little excerpts of what that was, because we had really a fun time.
Oh, it was great.
With that, we're going to say goodbye. Julie, thank you very much for coming in and sharing.
Thanks.
And again, if you have any questions, please visit the Pattons Project website. That's www.pattonsproject.com. You can leave questions there or suggestions, and we're wide open for that. We are on Twitter, we're on Facebook, so like us and tweet and communicate with us. With that, we're going to say goodbye and thank you for watching.